Good morning. Welcome to sunny Winnipeg. It's supposed to be nice all day today, according to the weather people. Right now it's a little bit on the cool side. It's got the sort of a feeling, I stuck my head out the door a little while ago and it had this sort of feeling that, hey, fall is coming soon. I can't believe that. But hey, it's middle of August already. Now, I was wondering, what color are we going to be painting our guns? Now, before we talk about that, when I was editing out my video yesterday, and I got to the place where I had all the guns on the thing and I was turning them around, all of a sudden I noticed I'd made a mistake on a couple of them, or was it three? It looks like only two. And I thought, and at first I was going to take my microphone and do a little bit of voiceover and say, look what I did, ha ha ha. And I thought, no, let's wait and see if anybody notices. And then the thought went through my mind, if nobody notices, I won't say anything. But I don't know, I just got to tell you this. I made a mistake on some of these guns. When I was putting the barrel in the trunnion on this one and on this one, I got them upside down. Now, you don't really notice it at first, and nobody's commented on it, so and that's the kind of mistake, if somebody notices, they're gonna say something. Well, I don't think I can easily get those apart without possibly doing a lot of other damage. And being is that it's not really noticeable. Like I know that on the top there, that's the gear, but for to elevate the gun up and down. But it almost looks like it could be part of the gun sight. So we'll just leave it. We'll just leave it, and I don't think anybody's going to really notice. It was too bad I did that. You know what? It's possible that I can put those two guns on the far side, and they might not be as seen as much as the ones. Yeah, I just have to remember when I place them. Okay, got that out of the way. Now, about the painting the color, these ones here, I thought, I wonder what color I painted these. Well, it turns out that if I go back to step number 2, when we did those guns, I actually wrote down what color I used. The barrels were the 77, the dark gray. The base part of the thing was the 66. And the splinter rail was the 20. And as far as I know, I've got all that. So I'm probably going to use a combination of the 20 and the 77 for the gun barrels. Somebody says, don't over-engineer it. Just paint them gray and get it over with, or something to that effect. That might be what ends up happening. Anyway, that's way back in step 2. We're here in step where is it? I lost it. 21. And yeah, so I guess what I got to do is get my paints, my spray booth over here, so it's convenient. For a while there, I tried leaving it where it was, which is just to your left, sitting at the end of precariously on the end of the model table here. And I know there's a couple of times I've actually gone over there and done my spraying over there, but I find that my chair, because there's no plywood on the carpeting over there, I can't roll it around, and it just doesn't feel right. So it's easier to move the spray booth over here, and I got to put the plastic sheet down just in case I accidentally spill. I mean, this poor old green cloth here, it's I think I did turn it around once, But this side now I think is worse than the other side, so I don't know if I'm going to turn it again. Or I went on Amazon about a month ago. We were talking about this, and I went on Amazon, and this exact same type of material in the towel is not available anymore. At least I couldn't really find it. And at first I was going to order it, and then I canceled. And I thought, you know, I think it was going to be about $30 to replace it. Well, there's only so much money I want to waste here. I've already wasted enough on that big motorcycle that's in the bike box, which this afternoon I plan on driving it out to, or driving, you don't drive a motorcycle, you ride a motorcycle. So I'm planning on riding it out to Lockport and maybe having a Diet Dr. Pepper. Yeah, at that restaurant that we went to before, that was sort of, I think was it called Skinner's? Anyway, it's supposed to be a real popular place for hot dogs. And their hot dog was good. Expensive. Now I tend to have a problem. Now this is just me. Maybe it's because I'm cheap. But I have a real problem of going into a restaurant and spending $20 on a it's like a burger platter with the fries and all the rest of it. Because in my mind I keep thinking, gee, I could go to Superstore and I could buy the same ingredients or even more for a fraction of the cost and make it myself. You know, I just got that problem. I've never been a big restaurant person. Even when I was married, my wife and I, we didn't go out that much. We go to the pizza place every once in a while, and you know, that sort of thing is a treat. But we just didn't go out a lot. A lot of people they go out quite regularly. It's sort of a thing with them. But for me, I just couldn't bring myself to, in my mind, waste the money. and it went to waste anyway. Okay, enough about that. We're talking about painting these guns, aren't we? So we want the number 20 for. We'll paint the 20 first, and I think the barrels and the railings and stuff like that I'm going to carefully do with a brush. Otherwise, I got to do some very delicate masking and stuff like that, and I just don't want to be bothered. So yeah, we'll spray them basically with the 20, which is over here somewhere. Yeah, it looks like I've got three jars of number 20 over there. So some of them are opened, and I think one of them is brand new. So we got lots of number 20. Yeah, and it's definitely a different color from the plastic, so we shouldn't have too much trouble telling when when it's on and when I should stop spraying. That's the problem with the 19. It looks so much like the plastic that when you're spraying it, I often think I need a little bit more when actually it's bathing in paint. You know, it's and I just keep spraying until it starts running. I think I'm getting better at that now. Well, I better be. I've been doing this for. When did we first get that airbrush? Was it about 6 years ago? Anyway, I remember when I first got it. Well, it wasn't this one. It was the Iwata, which, by the way, once again, in my opinion, is way overpriced. Way overpriced. I think that you could buy 4 or 5 of these for one Iwata, and this is my go-to brush. So if the Iwata sprayed so much better for me, why am I going to this all the time? Not because it's cheap, but because it seems to work better. So I don't know. Maybe it's mine. Maybe I got one that was kind of manufactured just a little bit faulty, and but there was so many things that really irked me about it. For instance, the nozzle. Sometimes the nozzle would get stuck inside the inside the body here so bad that I had to try to carefully, with a pair of pliers, wiggle it loose. And I hadn't tightened it on that much. It's just that it was just the design was bad. This one, you can do almost everything just finger tight, and it works. And this part here on the Iwata, you know, when you go to screw this back on, I would be constantly sort of cross-threading or something. It just wouldn't go on. This one, it goes on every time. Now, maybe, like I say, maybe there was something wrong with mine, because I think military modeler Paul, he's got some Iwatas. I don't know if he's got I think it's a CS5 or something is the one that I have. Maybe he doesn't use that one. Maybe he's got more expensive ones. He says they're great. And this guy knows what he's doing. So, like I say, it's just my personal experience. So, all I know is these TimberTechs from Amazon work really well. So, if you're thinking about getting started and you don't want to spend a lot of money on an airbrush, I can highly recommend this TimberTech. I'm pretty sure it's still available on Amazon. So I'll check that out, and maybe I was going to say I could put a link to the in the description of today's video if I think of it. But hey, let's move on here. Let's get going. Yeah. Once again, I'm doing a lot of talking because I don't want to have to bother getting started spraying. You know, it's funny. Once I start spraying, it's not so bad. And I'm finding when I clean this airbrush up, quite often I will only backflush. I won't completely disassemble everything like I used to. So that sort of saves a little bit of time. Sort of makes you think it's easier. But how hard is it, you know, when you stop to think about it? It's not that hard to take these things apart and put them together again. It is sort of time consuming. Maybe I feel more like doing it in the wintertime, but in the summertime there's other things I want to do and have to do. Okay. Let's forgot. There we go. We are ready for Missy the dog. There we go. Yeah, we talked about the weather, and I noticed about half an hour ago that there was quite a little clutch, what do you call a bunch of birds? If you got a whole bunch of birds together, like a murder of crows. Ah, that was it. There's a bunch of blackbirds, so I guess you could say a murder of blackbirds. Murder of. Yeah, it's like a bunch of blackbirds. And there was 4 or 5 of them trying to all get on that bird feeder at the same time. No, you could almost hardly see the bird feeder for blackbirds. They were either blackbirds or crows. I used to know the difference, but who cares? They're black. All right, let's get at her here. Next time I see you, we should be having the blue cloth here and the spray booth over, and we should have ourselves a little better organized. So we'll see you then. Okay, I'm pretty much ready to go here. Just have to strain our paint. I had 3, as I mentioned, I had 3 of these XF20s. 2 of them had already been thinned. Now this one, it says 60%. It's probably no longer 60% because I added the 2 thinned together. I'm thinking we're probably a ratio of 50-50 right now. It's right full, almost. It's all stirred, ready to go. Just have to filter it out. But I want to wait until Missy the dog comes by, because as sure as shooting, as soon as I start to spray, she's going to be sitting at the table there waiting for me to come and give her a treat. And once I start this, I don't want to stop. I want to just keep going on it. Yeah, so we're just going to take a little bit of a pause here. I will put on my 24-200, and that way we can zoom right in and get a nice close view. Not as close as the macro lens would do, but it'll be close enough. It'll be good enough. And yeah, I think that's about all I can interject right now. So we'll just have to wait until you know who comes by. Hello, Missy.
A little cooler today, a little drier. Very comfortable. Oh.
Well, the plan is to go out to Half Moon Restaurant at Lockport this afternoon.
What are you going to have?
Probably just a diet drink of some kind. I don't think I'm going to have the Saturn burger, which I'm going to save for a special occasion. Okay.
I have a coffee cup that says, life is short, eat dessert first. And another coffee cup that says, life is short, eat the Saturn burger today.
Well, I don't know.
If it seems like a bad idea, and I mean, have it today and a big event comes up to celebrate, have another one.
Why not?
Why not? Or it could be something that's burning 100 miles away and blowing this way, you know?
Yeah, it could be. Well, you on your way, Missy? Huh? You on your way? Okay, we'll see you later.
Goodbye, Uncle Ron.
Goodbye, Missy. Okay, one last little pat. Yes. There you go.
You're all wrapped up here, baby.
Yeah, she is. She's got it wrapped around her hind foot there.
Man, this is like a cat's cradle. How did you do this?
That's what I was wondering. How did she manage this? Yeah.
Cat's cradles are easier if you have 4 feet. Oh man, there's a big black motorcycle out here.
Okay, let's make use of it later.
I'll just jump on it and go. If I don't miss it, though. Have a good one, Ron.
Okay, we'll see ya.
Yeah, I'll see you later this afternoon.
You betcha. Bye, Missy.
Saturn burgers are allowed. Bye.
Yeah, the Saturn burger. I can hear it beckoning to me now. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Alrighty. Now, give this one last little shake here. Now, I gotta remember this is really full. So, let's not have an accident here on camera. And do I have everything I need? I think I do here. I got my airbrush set for about 10 pounds. And the reason being is because this is so watery. I know watery isn't the word we want to use the word thinned, right? Okay. Here, let's move you in a bit here. Alright, I think that's about all I dare put in there. Try not to let it drip on my pants. And we're going to put the lid on. Oh yeah, we got to do everything on camera, don't we? Alright. Actually, what we should be doing is recomposing so that we can move in right here, because that's where the action's going to happen. So all right. Now get this so it's going to be convenient for me. I think an angle about like that. So we'll just sort of recompose here a little bit. Get ourselves down. I'm probably going to have to refocus. See what's going to happen here. It's not bad, but it's not sharp either, is it? Just give me a moment here. We'll try and get the fuzziness off of it. Okay, and we are going to remember to take the needle cap off now. Alright, there we go. I guess maybe that's not a good place to put it, is it? Alright, get our fan going and test this out and see if she's going to spray. Looks good to me. I'll increase the pressure if I think I need to. No! Okay, I don't think anything broke. last one. Okay, now because I'm going to clean this up doing the back flush thing, we want to make sure I put this back on, otherwise I will poke my finger. And there, now I don't need to worry about it. Now how much is left in here? We use probably, I guess, a third of it. That's not bad. All right, now let's. I got these things sitting over here. I better move them back somewhere. Otherwise, I'm going to end up having an accident. We'll let them dry, and after they dry, we'll put the macro lens on and have a nice close look. The only place that probably did not get painted well would be the underside of the barrel, but that doesn't really matter because I'll be painting the barrel probably with the 77 later anyway. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead now and clean this up. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Okay, we're basically cleaned up here. I'm going to leave the spray booth where it is. And here's why. When we turn the page in the very near future to step 22 and 23 and so on and so on and so on, we are at the place where we are no longer going to be doing bulkheads that have to be painted white. I think that everything that needs to be painted white right now, we've already completed. And it's either right over there or it's sitting on top of the ship case. Yeah, there's a lot more to do, but it's going to be outside stuff. Yeah, now here it shows to make this in 29, but I forget what the reason was. I assembled this already way back. I can't remember why it was that I thought it was a good idea to put it together. But this is made. It just has to be painted now on the inside. This piece here we made. Once again, I don't know why. Oh. Yeah, I know why, because it said to make it way back earlier. That's what it was. Okay. Yeah, now the steps have us dropping stuff down onto the deck that will have already made. And most likely painted. Yeah, we're getting really, really close to the end here. Here we've got to assemble aircraft. And this is the last step. Number 40 is the last one. I think there was 72 steps on the submarine, wasn't there? Something like that. I think there's 130 something on the Yamato. I did know. I've got the Yamato manual in my computer. You know, I'm not closing the door on that. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Okay. A little while ago, I went out to my bike. And as some of you know that have been watching the bike episodes, that when the tire is cold, the little light goes on the dash to warn me. And after I've gone a few kilometers, the tire heats up and the air expands and the little warning light goes out. Now, it was never dangerously low. The lowest I ever saw it when it was really cold, I believe, was 215 kilopascals, and that was yesterday. And that's the lowest I've seen it. And I thought I must have a very, very slow leak or something. Maybe at the valve stem, maybe where the tire seals onto the rim. I don't know. All I know is that I added air this morning. It wants 36 pounds cold. Well, it's not real cold out there, but I put there's about 36 and a half right now in there pounds. I never worked out the kilopascals. So in all likelihood, when we go out to the half moon this afternoon, when I start going, we shouldn't be getting that little light on the dash saying that my tire pressure is low. And I concluded that it was the front tire, and I was glad for that because it's a lot easier to get at the stem on the front than it is on the back. Because when I got up really close to the where it actually gave the actual pressure in kilopascals, you could barely make out an FR. So I knew it was the front. I think it probably says has a, I don't know what it says for the rear. And anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll soon find out because I'm going to be going probably in about, I'm guessing, in an hour. I like to go out when the sun is high in the sky, and the sun is high in the sky here in Winnipeg around 1:30 in the afternoon, something like that. And less shadows on the road, as I've mentioned before. Yeah, so enough about the motorcycle. We're just going to leave everything set up here, and maybe tomorrow, I'm not promising or saying, yes, this is what we're going to do, but I think that I had my door propped open for a while this morning, and I have at least 2 flies in here. Well, eventually I'm going to hear 2 snaps in my kitchen because they'll eventually fly into the fly zapper thing. Anyway, doesn't take much to distract me, does it? Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to take a bit of a break here. I don't know if there's going to be anything more when I get back from the half moon or not. Maybe what I should do is upload this episode and get it posted, just in case I don't come back. That thought crosses my mind quite often when I go out. I think, geez, is this going to be my last ride? But yeah, I've been lucky so far. I'm trying to be careful. It's hard not to be aggressive. Very hard not to be aggressive on that bike. Yeah, you like to feel the power. Yeah, I thought I would have outgrown that, but apparently not. Anyway, yeah. So we'll probably be seeing you. I'm guessing, probably just before 3, all being well. Okay, I'm back. Good ride. Can't complain. The Half Moon restaurant, it was really busy. I was surprised actually for a Wednesday, but I guess, hey, kids are out of school, people are on holidays. As we say here in Canada, we call it holidays. Some people, where you are, maybe you call it vacation. Anyway, you can imagine how packed it would be on Saturday and Sunday. Anyway, I went in, and all I had was a diet Dr. Pepper. I just couldn't bring myself to buy the Saturn burger. I figured I can come home and make my own Saturn burger, and it'll probably taste just as good. The only difference is I don't have any ketchup or anything. I try not to have ketchup in the house because there's a lot of sodium content in it. But hey, maybe I'll mix something up with something I can find in the fridge. Now, as far as these things go, I think that they are probably as dry looking and as shrunk wrapped as they're going to get. They're not going to look any different tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to take a quick look at them, and then I think that's going to be it for today's episode. Now, I'd like to sort of say, when you've seen one, you've seen them all. But I can't really say that. And very soon we're gonna see why. So far you haven't seen the same one twice. Okay. Now, these ones are the ones that I put the barrel on upside down. How did I manage that? Okay, that's gonna be it, folks. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.